Coming to Louisville?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, we certainly
Caitlin,
do.
I remember extremely
Yeah,
well.
Don, yeah.
I
Mhm.
was in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, you were? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was, what a trip that was.
Well, everywhere we moved, Grandmama and Granddaddy came. I don't think we'd be there a week hardly, certainly not more than a month.
And
you
she
know.
was probably
They
sick
came
the whole
almost
way there,
immediately.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Texas,
Granddaddy was ready,
Arizona.
and Grandma would come, but she'd come one time. You know, one time to Texas, one time to.
Like an
Tucson,
immunization.
one time-
She
Yeah.
did that, it's done.
Yeah, if she'd been there, she'd seen it, and she wasn't doing it again.
Mm-mm.
But we were glad that she made it one time.
Yeah. No, she definitely did not like to travel.
Yeah,
Other than to
Some
the
of
mall. She liked the mall.
yeah. She and I shopped at the mall.
Yeah, that wasn't
When I was young and
traveling.
she was young.
It was
That
one of
wasn't
my
traveling.
first memories of seeing both of you at the mall.
Mhm.
I was there with the girls, we'd run into y'all
Yeah.
a lot at the mall.
Yeah, we, on Saturdays, we go fairly often.
Mhm.
Yep, she liked to go shop.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get her to go anywhere now, you know.
A good
Haven't
friend.
been able to for a couple of years. She made a lot of impressions on a lot of different people in our church. She worked in our nursery
Yeah.
for as far back as I can remember until she just couldn't do it anymore. And, little babies and all that, so she worked with.
Oh, she loved babies,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, she
always.
Of course, she did the
Silver
same
Square
thing.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was, she managed a nursery, a baby nursery in
Yeah.
Central Square for,
She was Linda Hull at Silver Square for
Really?
years and years and years,
she
yeah.
did it for Central Square, and that, you know, had a lot of babies there. Bunch of,
We had Andrew, one of our joint grandchildren, just
Yeah.
before coming down here. And, she evidently made an impression on him too. And, he calls her my tiny grandmother. Tiny grandmother.
Don was telling one of the nurses about her and talking about how she took care of the nursery for 50 years and counted the money, every money. She says,
Yeah.
and the nurse said she was a woman who could be trusted. I'm like, yeah, if you give her anybody you give kids and money to, you know you can trust them.
Yeah.
She and Charlie for years, that's another thing, on Monday morning.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was having our church was, Rick and I were talking about young and struggling,
Mhm.
and everything was tight. I come by and they were all carrying the rest of the women, people there, and them out. Rita would sometimes, you know, look at said, y'all do a good job today, you know. Like we always had
She was very fortunate. She had so many people that loved her. She had a lot of people that loved her.
Oh my word! One time on Facebook, this girl got in touch with me because she saw my last name, and she said, "Are you related to Doris Etheridge?" And I said, "Yeah." And I explained. She said that she had worked at Sears, and she was in a really bad way in her life at that time. And it just makes me, I didn't even know the story, but it's nice to kind of talk about it, and just how Doris was so kind to her and encouraging her and sort of like training her up in life or whatever, you know. And she said it just totally changed her life. And such a, so I printed all that off and gave it to Granny, and she remembered the girl's name.
Oh.
It was pretty amazing. That girl was so happy that, you know, to have discovered,
Yeah,
and
I'm
and
sure.
told her, and I told her I gave all the information to her. So
That's nice that you did.
yeah, she trained up all the people who ran Sears, and then they ran her.
Yeah.
And she would complain, oh, so and so, whatever.
oh, yeah. So
At
many
Tallheimers
friends
and
of
Dillards.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
a great disciplinarian. I mean, for
Well,
me,
yeah, 'cause Daddy never touched us, well, once. But Mother, he could use a belt.
well, I remember I had some bad grades, and boy, I talked back to her. Whap!
Did you ever have any good grades?
Not very often. I think from the 11th, when I started playing football, that was it. No more good grades.
Yeah.
First through fifth grade were probably fine.
Now, y'all
That's
talk
important to
about
get a good foundation.
Grandma's spanking, hairbrush, belt, whatever. I don't think she ever leave anything on the grandchildren.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
she
think
did.
they
No.
could do no wrong.
Oh, no.
She only gives stuff away.
Yeah.
Not the babies.
Give them some money, give them some money.
But I'm so thankful for her and Charlie, because I would never have made it, you know, without them. And my father and my mother, and they were all, you know, really helping me.
But then granddad,
But Doris started me off.
the granddaddy was a surrogate father to daddy,
Yeah.
Mm.
you know, because he lost his.
Mm-hmm.
He was 15 when his dad died, right? His firefighter, granddaddy was 15, I think.
Yeah.
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 So,
15.
Charlie told me there's a plaque down there in Savannah.
There is.
And it's spelled wrong.
Oh, is it?
It's spelled with an I. I'm like, wait, what? Seriously? This is in marble? So I went inside the station. You're talking about the memorial? Yeah, I went inside the station. It was a Sunday afternoon. She says, well, you'll have to call the main office. And I did attempt to call them and say, you need to fix it. You know, he was a trumpet player in the firemen's band. I have a picture of him from the newspaper.
The trumpet player?
Yes. I have a picture of him from the newspaper, but they must have touched it so much saying who it was, because the article's pretty good, but his face is like, it's worn out.
Oh.
So they must have been saying, there he is right there. But yeah, he's just sitting there with his uniform with his leg crossed like that.
He was 42 years old, I think. Had a heart attack coming down the ladder. They were fighting a fire in the middle of town. Coming down the ladder and hit the bottom of the ladder and keeled over with a heart attack.
Must have really
That's what his
been
sister
bad.
said. What Granny said.
You know, everybody smoked back then.
Yeah.
You smoked like. Well, Jack, would you